Hey everybody. So I wanted to do a quick video for you to get on to the Texas Secretary of State's website to reserve your business name. So reserving your business name is an important process or step for those of you who want to register your business with the state of Texas or any state for that matter. Every state should have a process for reserving their name. And what you're doing is you're buying yourself a window of time to protect the name that you plan to register your organization with. So if you have a business name that you'd like to start doing business with, for profit and nonprofit alike, and you're not yet ready to register that entity with the Secretary of State of which you reside, then you might want to take time to reserve your business name. Now, you do that by going onto the website and creating an account if you do not already have an account with their website, and then following the promptings to be able to start that process. So today, I'm going to take you to that website and I'm going to demonstrate just a couple of the steps on how to find the application, the electronic application with the Texas Secretary of State website. So hold tight while I access the website and get you linked up. So I'm going to go grab that information and I will be sure to drop this website address in the handles and the descriptions below for this video and this tutorial. So give me 1 second and we'll get to that point. All right. So the first page I'm going to take you to, which I'm about to screen share with you, is the page that you can do. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm trying to think and screen share at the same time. Okay. So this page right here is basically the page that takes you to the form you can print out and reserve your name and mail in. So it's got a Word document, PDF document. So I'm just going to show you these because I want you to see what you're actually looking at. So first, the instructions are listed here in the form for what you need to do. So it's very easy. So I would recommend that you go and you print this out so that you have it for your review. It also talks about not only the process in which you need to save the information or reserve your entity, and then the designations that go along with it, but it should discuss what the fees are. I'm going to scroll down. Payment tells you it's $40 to file this application. And if you're doing it manually by printing and filling this out, you're going to want to follow the directions on how to submit this application with payment. As you can see, this is the application. You'll be basically selecting new application. If you're trying to extend a reservation already that you've had in play, you're doing a renewal. And I believe the renewal is still $40. So just keep that in mind. And it does actually, you're reserving it for 120 days. I think in my previous messages, I said 90 days, but this is great. This gives you 120 days to get your ducks in a row so that you can actually file your entity registration with the Secretary of State. Then you're going to select, so fill out new application or renewal. You're going to basically leave, I believe, the section blank, the date and any file information you want. If you're renewing, you'll need your file number, okay? Entity type, what type of entity are you going to reserve the name for? So be sure to add that information in here as well. And if it's nonprofit, foreign for-profit and foreign nonprofit, those are basically if you are another organization coming into the state of Texas to do business or any other state of that matter. So for example, I have a company that is registered in the state of Indiana. Therefore, I would be reserving a foreign name even though I'm state to state. It's any type of entity coming into the state to do business. So this is not necessarily international. Okay, keep that in mind. You'll enter your applicant information, the name of the individual. So applicant is the entity, right? It says the applicant is an organized entity by the name of. So what is the name that you are trying to reserve? Be sure that it's exactly what you're looking to do and make sure that you've already gone through the process to identify if this name is available or not. So that's a pretty easy thing that you can do here to start the process. I'm going to go back because if you choose not to do that, you can also click on online filing available through the SOS Direct. So I'm going to click SOS Direct. And when you enter into this site, it's going to be a site that you're getting into. You need to create an account. If you don't have an account, you're going to have to go through that process to create the account first. Be aware that this account, every time you sign in, is going to require that you enter your credit card or your payment information, because it does charge you fees to submit searches or applications. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter this site. But before I do that, I'm going to stop share so that you're not getting my private details. Let me enter my site, and it's going to have my, going to ask for a direct user ID and a password. If you do not have those things and you're looking to actually create an account, there will be an option underneath the sign in that says if you do not currently have an account, you may submit a request for SOS Direct account. Start that process and they will email you, and it takes about 24 hours or less, sometimes more, depending upon the time of day or week that you are submitting, to get that information emailed to you. Okay, so be sure to start that step. Once you get to that next screen of signing in, you are going to sign in, and it's going to ask you to verify your payment method. So be sure that you are going to submit that information, because again, every single time you log in, it's going to ask for your payment information. So in my case, I am going to enter my payment information, because I have to do that every single time. And once you enter that information, just be sure that you include the card number, expiration date, security code, and the business name that that card is registered to, or the individual that is paying for it. Those details need to be entered every single time if they're not already populated for you. Once you've done that, you're going to verify shipping information, and you're going to hit continue, and you should at that point be logged in. It will assign you a session code. Every time you log in, you get a session code, because they keep track of what's happening when you're in their website working, okay? Once you have logged in, you're going to click on the link, the menu item that says business organization. So I will screen share at this time and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I logged in. You do not see the page I had logged in under, but I simply selected this option here, business organizations. You can see I've highlighted it several times. It has brought me to this page where it says business organizations menu. So you look at the blue headings here. Each one of these are where we're going to be talking real quick. Client reference is optional. We're not going to input this information, but it asks for inquiries and orders. This is where, if you have not done a name availability search, this is where you're going to start that process here. You'll click on this button, and then you'll enter the name exactly the way you plan to reserve it. I'm going to click it, but I'm not going to enter any information in, because once you start the process, it will actually, see it says enter the proposed name and press search. Once I press search, there's a $1 statutorily authorized fee associated with each search. So this fee will not be assessed if an order request is then placed on the results of the search, okay? If I find them and then I order something, I won't be paying, because I'm now ordering something else. But keep in mind, this is specifically just a search. I'm going to hit the back button for this purpose, and you can take time to identify if that name is available for reservation. The next piece that we're going to look at is web filings down here. You can see it says do not use the back button. The back button, use of the back button during the web filings process will result in loss of data. Please press the cancel filing button and start again. So keep in mind that you may end up paying fees and losing data. So be very careful when you're pushing and selecting information in here. In this case, now you're going to click on the drop down. The very first thing that should be highlighted is application for name reservation. And then if I click file document, it's going to take me to this screen here where I then have to select it again, and I'm going to continue. I am, in this case, not going to continue. What you're going to find is it's going to take you through a series of questions, much like the PDF version I showed you earlier, and then it's going to charge you $40 to submit that application. So you're going to want to follow those promptings and make sure that you read everything entirely and that you're updating it correctly. Again, if you click here, this will take you to the fees that are associated with that process, $40. So keep that in mind. All right, so that is the way that you will reserve your name for your organization. Be sure to follow the questions on the application and submit that. If you have any questions or you need some help or assistance with this process, feel free to reach out to any of our representatives by clicking on the description links below. Again, the website to get through this is on the description links below as well. So we hope that you're able to reserve your name and buy yourself 120 days to start the business planning process. If you do not have a business plan in place, we highly recommend that because this is part of the coaching process that goes into it so that you have all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted and you're compliant when you go to register your entity with the state in which you reside. All right, thank you so much. And thank you for following, liking, and subscribing. We hope that this has been valuable information for you and your business ventures.